This season of the Urban Conservative Podcast is brought to you by Newton for Senate, working to improve education, reduce taxes, and keep North Carolina #1 for business. Find out more at newtonforsenate.com.
This episode of the Urban Conservative has also been sponsored by Case Technology Consulting. Help your business get value out of its data and become more efficient and streamlined. Case Technology Consulting. Check out the link in the description.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. It is a Tuesday morning. It is the day after Labor Day, so you had a nice long weekend, but you are live with us here on Top of the Morning here on the Urban Conservative. If you haven't done so already, as always, we need you to jump over to tuconservative.com. Help support our mission, which is to spread conservative values and principles and the benefits of conservative policies to urban communities across this great nation of ours. Again, the website, as you see it on your screen, tuconservative.com. Of course, you can follow us any and everywhere: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Truth Social, you name it, we're on it. Please give us a like, share, follow, subscribe. If you want to support the platform via Cash App, you can do that as well. $TU Conservative is how you do that. My name is Abdul Ali. I'm glad that you can join me on a Tuesday morning for Top of the Morning. Time for that mug shot, ladies and gentlemen. You see what it is, standard TUC fare. And I'm sipping on that Tyrus Kemp exclusive coffee. Shouts out to Tyrus Kemp. Before we jump hot and heavy into the show, gotta plug a couple of things real quick. Number one, Lieutenant Governor Robinson is going to be out in Granville County. Make sure you support the Granville County GOP for their big fundraiser. It is going down September 27th. Doors open at 6. Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, among others, will be in the building. It is only $35. And for that $35, not only do you get to hear the Lieutenant Governor speak, you also get one entry to win their Coyote Tan Glock 19 refreshments will be served. And again, this is going down in Oxford, North Carolina. So make sure you come on out, support the GOP in Granville County in their mission to raise money, get ready to fight for this 2024 election. Now, the other thing I got to tell you about this is this coming Saturday, the 9th, in Oxford, is the Hot Sauce Festival. Jump in the comments. Not only let us know where you're watching from, but the Hot Sauce Festival, you say? I never knew there was a Hot Sauce Festival, but we have a men's conference going down Saturday in Cumberland County from 9 to 11, the Cumberland County Men's Huddle. Right after that, we're going to head over to the Hot Sauce Festival. 50, 60,000 people coming to check out hot sauces. So I'm down with that. I'm going to go check out the Hot Sauce Festival. Again, shout out to the whole Granville County, the Granville County GOP, and all of them good folks out that way. Now, I'll be later on spending some time with the sister that I'm about to play this video on, right? But the interesting thing about this is she's getting so much ridicule and hatred from the left for basically standing up for her constituency and calling out the fact that Democrats own the failure in these urban centers where they've been in control for decades and decades and decades. They own the failure. So who am I talking about, you ask? I am talking about this sister right here, Sister Misha Maynor. I just wanted to pull this interview up. It's not a long interview, but you gotta give this sister credit for calling it how she sees it. I like this interview. If you haven't seen this, we're gonna dig into this a little bit. I'm gonna dead this music. Just let me know what you think. Is this the right way that we should be doing this? Because this sister has left the Democrats. She's now a Republican, but look at how she handles this. And I'm gonna give the reporter who did this interview props as well. I don't think she was mean. I don't think she came across wrong, but I do give her credit for asking the tough questions in such a way as to make me believe that she genuinely wanted to hear what Misha Maynor had to say. Let's take a listen.
Representative Maynor joins me now. Welcome. I'm glad that you are here. I'm looking forward to hearing your insight and your views on this. And many people are wondering, why did you leave the Democratic Party?
I think you said it spot on. I'm just trying to represent District 56, the people of Atlanta, Georgia, and Fulton County. And as a former Democrat, it was quite difficult to get things done if you have groups of people continuously and relentlessly trying to stop every single move I did for my community. I could give you a plethora of examples, but along the way, I got things done anyway, really because of the help of my Republican counterparts.
Wow, do y'all hear that? Did you hear what this sister just said? She couldn't get anything done because of the Democrats, and the only people that actually wanted to help her community were Republicans.
And I'm appreciative of them as well as my community.
There have been issues in terms of police funding and prosecutorial discretion, issues of school choice. I know that you have been at odds with many Democrats in the General Assembly. But one of the questions people have is if you feel as though the Democratic Party was not supportive of you and your colleagues not supportive of you, why choose to go Republican as opposed to, say, independent? I understand that as recently as last year, you said you would never switch parties. What changed to go Republican rather than independent?
I don't see that question came out nasty. Y'all let me know what you think. That didn't come out nasty.
So in Georgia, it's not really easy to be an independent. Last year, or at the last election, I got about 20,000 votes. To be independent, you have to get thousands of signatures to even be on the ballot. So it really is impractical to be an independent in Georgia.
Well, given that, does it sound like, are you truly a Republican now, or it was just politically expedient to be that now then, based on that?
So when I came into office, I came in as a Democrat. I've been a Democrat my entire life. That's all I knew. It wasn't until becoming a policymaker, actually looking at the policy, digging into the fine details, that many people said, okay, you're actually not a Democrat, you are a centrist or you are a moderate. As a layperson, had no idea that that was such a thing. And now I am still a moderate and still a centrist, but just on the Republican side.
When you're up for
So she was never a radical leftist. She's not a hard right. So we're going to hear this coming out of it when she runs for re-election. We're going to support the sister because we're going to hear, oh, she's a hard right and she's the white face, the black face of white supremacy. All that's coming.
re-election, I believe, in 2024. And I do wonder what your constituents that you are representing must feel about it. I recognize it's not.
Do you notice this sister did not say, I wonder what your constituents think? She went to directly I wonder how your constituents would feel, right? That's what the left does, is they go right after your emotion. They don't talk about what you think. She didn't say, I wonder what the people think. She said, I wonder what they feel. I don't want you voting on how you feel, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to think that out.
Not a monolith. I can't say what do all the people we represent actually believe about a particular issue. But I am curious as to how you intend to either seek re-election or what will be your stance, knowing that you have done quite a switch from the Democrats to Republicans.
So the beautiful thing about this, Laura, is I campaigned on public safety as a Democrat. I campaigned on parent choice, school choice as a Democrat. I campaigned on victim rights as a Democrat. Those are the things I fought for inside the Capitol. Those are the exact same things I'm going to fight for on the Republican ticket. I do plan on running again. And once the decision was made and it was announced, I immediately got a flood of text messages saying, I'm still going to support you, Representative Maynor. Phone calls, emails. I know that you've been seeing all of the hate emails and text messages online, but for every one of those hate emails I'm receiving hundreds of letters of support. Local media, they've been out.
That, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop right there at the 10 minute. So this idea that blacks are this monolith and we not going to support, no, the sister is telling you straight up and down, and I look forward to seeing her later today. That's where we're at this point. She ran as a Democrat on the very things that we as Republicans support, which was parent choice in education, right? Victims' rights, and ensuring that we're going to be able to keep our community safe, public safety. Those are things that everybody in every community should care about. Now, do you have some folks in some communities who could care less and are just in place to toe the party line and could care less about it? Absolutely. Positively. I just posted this morning. I got a supposedly a black political caucus who's supposed to be nonpartisan, supposed to be there to support the community and back up the community play, not wanting to participate in an event because it counters the Democrat narrative. This idea that blacks, Hispanics, and Asians care about their communities, are concerned about public safety, parent choice and education, and victims' rights. This sister is going to win re-election, and the people in her district should, I hope,
the
support
community
her.
asking people, how do you feel about this? The responses are, I can't wait to see what she's going to do with it. So I plan on winning District 56. I've won it twice with multiple people in my race without a runoff. They voted for me. They did not vote for the alphabet next to my name.
Wow. I gotta say, folks, if you've never saw this interview with this sister, I really like her. I really like the way she's handling this. I think this is amazing.
That's interesting. I'm very saddened to hear as well about the death threats that you have been receiving. And I know that you have been focusing on the positive reactions you've gotten. Something you said strikes me as interesting from the perspective of the electorate. You didn't know there was such a thing as a centrist or a moderate.
I didn't.
Could you not have been that as a Democrat, or was it the underlying policies that you no longer agree with and have only learned about while in office? Or is it really the bureaucratic process that was surprising?
Makes sense and a good question. You gotta look, I'm not a CNN fan, folks, but when somebody's straight down the pike, you gotta appreciate it.
I would not call it a process, first and foremost. I will say this, it's not about party. I am not expecting the Republican Party to be perfect. My Republican colleagues have said, welcome, Representative Maynard. Please know that we are not perfect. It really is a policy issue. So if you are against children being able to have a choice when 97% of the kids don't know how to read, that's a policy issue.
Right.
If you want to defund the police, that's a policy issue. If you want to put prosecutors or systems above families that are seeking justice, that's a policy issue. So once my colleagues started putting up $1,000 checks on social media for anybody to run against me, I did some self-reflection. Self-reflection said, okay, why is this happening? It's a policy issue. Every single policy issue that is important to my community was a policy issue that the Republican Party was supporting.
I can't listen, folks. You're gonna have to come up here and say this lady is not black. You're gonna have to say the only thing you can do is challenge this lady's blackness at this point. She just sat there and told you. And this is for our friends on the other side of the aisle. I know we have some that watch this show and because we get the messages, y'all Coonan and Uncle Tom. And do you hear what this sister just said? That she is trying to do the right thing by her constituents, and that the things that we advocate for, we want to make sure communities are safe. We absolutely, as conservatives, will stand and lock arms when we see something wrong, when we know that wrong is wrong. And I'll use this, and I've used it before. The George Floyd is a prime example. All of us agreed, everybody agreed that there was no reason for that man's knee to be on that man's neck for that long. The drugs, whatever the case may be, that was wrong. And conservatives, Republicans, we're willing to do that. But this sister's just telling you, and I hope y'all take heed to this, especially my friends on the other side of the aisle. Just because you see the alphabet behind somebody's name doesn't necessarily mean that they are doing something to benefit your community, that their policies are going to help your community. More often than not, it is the Republicans who are going to advocate for policies that will benefit your community. And this sister, seeing it from a legislative perspective in a place like Georgia, ought to tell you everything you need to know. It's the Democrats who are stopping and blocking every single thing that could benefit her community. She just told you they're stopping it. You got to give this sister credit. You got to.
So it's not party, it's really policy. Who is supporting my community? Who is trying to uplift? It's really policy.
Did you
Who
see
is
the lady's
supporting
face?
my community? Who is trying to uplift my community? I tell people, look around you. The schools are failing. We have high crime. There is not a Republican in office, so we can't blame Republicans.
Whoa. All right, yo, guys, I can't. I didn't have an opportunity to watch this all the way through, but do you hear what the sister just said? You cannot blame us. In Georgia,
there
you
is
got
not a Republican in office, so we can't blame
a
Republicans.
mayor in Atlanta's a Democrat.
Democrats need to blame themselves for the problems in our community, and I'm just trying to make a difference, honestly.
It certainly is your choice and how you want to run, and your constituents' choice on who they want to lead. There's a Republican majority already in your assembly. This widens that particular gap. But final question, now that you are a Republican, the head of your party happens to be the former president, Donald Trump, at least
I knew it was coming.
in a de facto sense. Do you support his bid for the White House?
I would say Governor Brian Kemp is the head of our Republican Party. I'm in Georgia, and former President Donald Trump is not in office right now, so I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one.
Will you support him if he becomes the RNC nomination? Obviously, Georgia has been a very important state.
Way to push.
Brian Kemp has been a key part of the importance of that, and it's been looked at for a number of reasons, including happens at the federal and congressional level. If he is the RNC nominee, will you support him as a Republican?
I would say that there are 12 candidates. I have been in office for 2 seconds as a Republican. I have not looked at any of the candidates extensively because I was a former Democrat, so I was looking at what is President Biden doing. So ask me again, invite me back in a few months if you want to ask that particular question.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Representative Misha Maynor out of Georgia dealing with CNN properly, absolutely properly. There's no argument, okay? There's no argument that could be made against what that sister just said. I love the way she handled the Trump question. Look, I've been in the office 2 seconds as a Republican. I ain't been paying attention to them. Let me deal what I got going on for mine. And that was a sneak, as well as I think the reporter was asking the questions. I think she kept it over the plate. That was a little jab to try to get some anti-black jab. But there you have it. Representative Misha Maynor on CNN, letting them have it. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to come right back here on Top of the Morning. Drop us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from so we can get you a shout out. We'll be right back on Top of the Morning. Don't go nowhere.
Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.
All right, folks, you're back. Top of the morning here on the Urban Conservative. Oh, buddy, oh, buddy, oh, buddy. Let us know where you're watching from so we can get you a comment, get you a shout out. Drop a comment, join the conversation with us here on the Urban Conservative. Follow us, tuconservative.com. Urban Conservative on everything. Got to give a big shout out. I see Halifax County in the building. I see some more county in the building. Shouts out to everybody checking in. Ladies and gentlemen, the race bait continues. Your man here, Ibram X. Kendi, if you don't know who this is, he's an anti-racism activist. He is a woke guy. He's the guy that has, I don't know, the dumbest definition of racism I've ever heard. But now he's upset. He wasn't surprised that Vivek Ramaswamy compared him to a KKK Grand Wizard. He's doing his job as a GOP candidate of color. So let me guess, Mr. Kendi, I just want to guess, what you're suggesting is the job of black candidates or people of color as candidates in the GOP is to attack black people? Is to be the white face? Is that what you're going after? The white face of black supremacy? It's the race hustle. Shouts out to my twin brother on the check-in. It's a race hustle. That's all you got is the race hustle. Let's read this. Vivek compared anti-racist activist and author Ibram X. Kendi to the KKK Grand Wizard. The comments are part of a typical playbook for GOP candidates of color, he told Insider. Kendi said Ramaswamy may not even believe what he says when he makes inflammatory comments. He's the activist and author of How to Be an Anti-Racist. On one hand, I was surprised for a few seconds, but then I just remembered that this type of rhetoric over the last 3 years has become more and more extreme. It went from describing those of us who are fighting against racism as dangerous to describing us as seeking to harm America to now the most extreme, which is that we're somehow the modern KKK. But sir, you are the modern KKK. Everything gotta be black. You can't have, right? When you go to certain schools in our country and there's people like this, you gotta have a black only graduation. You gotta have a black entertainment television. You gotta have a black student union. You gotta have a protected place for black people. And God forbid I pull up this idiot's definition of racism. He can't even define it for himself. So yes, you are like the KKK in that your worldview, everything in your worldview, sir, revolves around race. And we've talked about it ad nauseum. I just wanted to use ad nauseum in a sentence. But we've talked about it ad nauseum here on the Urban Conservative. And for this guy to be an intellectual, for him to be somebody that's teaching at a college, the very idea of race should be repugnant to him from an academic perspective. Now, I'm not saying I swing for Ramaswamy. I'm not a fan, but I think he was right on point by pointing out that these people like the Ibram X. Kendis of the world, like the Al Sharptons of the world, like the race baiters of the world are tantamount to what the KKK was doing. So no, I ain't mad. I'm not mad at all that Vivek compared you to the KKK, bro, because anti-racist baby and all this other foolishness and the stupidity that y'all putting out there, this race baiting-ism that y'all are doing, he's right. It's the same thing the KKK does. You're just doing it on the other side and to people of color. So get mad if you want to. I think Vivek was just calling it how he saw it on that one. Yeah, I'm not going to say too much about it because we all know what the race hustle is. We already see that in action. We're going to take a real quick 30-second break. Then I got to show y'all this t-shirt. Bro, this is one of the greatest things that I've ever seen. And it has got the left absolutely pissed off. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Give us a share. You're going to want to catch up with this one. We'll be right back.
Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It's a Tuesday morning. Life is good in America, you know. We got Joe Biden as president. He's senile and stupid, but somehow, some way, I feel like this country is going to come through. And why do I feel like this country is going to come through? Why do I have this little glimmer of hope in me, right? Why do I feel so good, like we have an actual shot to accomplish and achieve something, like things are going to get better, right? Rocky Mount's in the building. Shouts out to Rocky Mount. Ooh, and y'all watch out. We got this documentary coming about Rocky Mount. Oh, we're working on it. But Roland Martin is somebody that I cannot stand. When I say I can't stand Roland Martin, I can't stand his chubby pork chop face. I can't stand his idiotic banter. I can't stand his sideburns. I can't stand the way he dresses. I cannot watch him on television because I physically want to throw something every time I see this chubby bastard on TV. Okay? Now, I'm going to let y'all watch this. He's mad at this.
You always got some idiots out there. You actually had this fool.
Why is this dude sweating while he's sitting? And he's calling this
black, wearing a shirt with the N-word on it, speaking on behalf of Donald Trump. If you want to see somebody who clearly was in the movie Get Out.
See? Before he even listened to the man and took a shot to understand his stance. And shouts out to Rocky Mountain. Shouts out to Rocky Mountain. Okay? Y'all have the same race baiting stuff going on. Y'all got a city councilman, couple of them, that do the same race. It was 120 years before you could get a house. It was 130 years before we became the majority. And the white people don't want to see us succeed in Rocky Mountain. Y'all got the same race baiting crap going on out there. We know. We exposing it. But listen to this idiot here. Listen to this. He's calling this guy that you're about to see something out of Get Out. Watch this. This is really good.
It's this idiot right here.
I'm here to support President Trump.
Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, that your screen is not deceiving you.
You want to know why I'm here to support President Trump?
Now, you would assume, based on Roland Martin's comment, that this guy, okay, this guy is going to say something ignorant. You're going to listen to, you're going to assume, based on Roland Martin's comment, that somehow this guy don't have his black card. Oh, but wait, you'd be wrong.
Because they done did black men like this for decades. Make up charges and put them, so I know Trump is innocent.
Wow.
I support Trump against this corrupt, two-tiered justice system. That's why I'm here to show my support as a black man for Trump. And I'm wearing my shirt, Niggas for Trump 2024, and I mean that.
What do you think about the indictments?
Oh, it's a bunch of bullshit. Before, and I mean that.
What do you think about the indictments?
Oh, it's a bunch of bullshit. 24, and I mean that.
What do you think about the indictments?
Oh, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's going around the country, you know,
What do you think about the indictments?
Oh, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's going around the country, you know. Fannie Willis, she went to school with my sister. She full of shit. She was full of shit then. So she's a.
Yeah, I can't even.
She went to school with my sister. She full of shit. She was full of shit then. So Fannie Willis, she went to school with my sister. She full of shit. She was full of shit then. So she's a puppet for the white liberal that is controlling everything. She's in.
Come on. Roland, you calling this guy an idiot? He just called it right on
front, but the white liberal back there pulling those strings.
Malcolm X told you this was going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. For all of you pro-black Garveyites and the black man and the black, Malcolm told you the most dangerous person for the black man in America is the white liberal. Malcolm told you that.
Telling her what to do. That's what I think about her, making a fool of herself.
Do you think it's going to help his election?
Of course it is. It's going to elevate him all the way. I think we should make Trump king. That's how I feel.
He's joking. But here's the point. Roland is pissed off because this guy.
Wouldn't that be kind of like communistic?
No, that's nowhere near communist. Now, we just going to make him king, but we still got our freedoms and rights and everything. He's
trolling y'all now.
Trump for king 2024.
That's actually my URL. I own that URL.
You own that URL?
I can't get your name.
Really? Oh, my name is Niggas for Trump 2024.
I can't
Derek
write that.
Gibson,
That's my nigga.
Former candidate. I'm a former candidate for New York State Governor. Derek Gibson, look me up. Nigga, I live up to it too, boy. I can scrap too, but I can get down, boy.
So here you are. Okay. This is the problem that you have, ladies and gentlemen. This is the issue that the left have, right? Because in one instance, you on the left want to define black culture as a certain thing. You want to define black culture as BET. You want to define black culture as this ratchet bullshit, the Real Housewives and the housewives of the. You want to define black culture as Sexy Red, my booty hole brown chick. You want to define black culture as rap and hip hop and all of this. That is, you want to just circle in black culture to this negative subculture ghetto bullshit. And then when you have somebody who's like, oh, I'm about that life. Nah, I'm not no black man. I'm a nigga for Trump. Then you want to call him an idiot. But in any other circumstance, that's the guy y'all go to. That's the one you want on the news report. That's the guy you want to go to. So it is absolutely hysterical to me. Absolutely hysterical to me that Roland Martin and the left are now losing their ever-loving minds because you have black folks. Now, I'm just gonna say it. Y'all ain't gonna like it. Some of our less freckled, faced, friends are not gonna like this. Some black people consider themselves niggas. That's just the fact of the matter. Some people do. That's just and there's a mentality that goes along with that. Now, so are some of those people using the Tupac definition? Sure. Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. Sure. Are some people referring to the quintessential definition of the word, like I smoke cools, I drink 40s, I turn up, I eat chitlins, that kind of thing? Sure. But people have had enough, folks. They have snapped out of it. They are seeing that there is a two-tier justice system. The man was right on point. Fani Willis is doing the bidding of the Democrat Party of white elite liberals who want nothing more than to stop Trump. Why? Because they can't buy the guy. He doesn't need your money. You can't compromise the guy. Now, you run up on that dude if you want to, talk about some you a coon and you this, that, and the third. People only say it to us online, by the way. They don't ever say it in person. When I'm out in public or with somewhere, they tend to do that. I don't know why. I don't know. They tend to, it tends to be less aggressive in public. And I guess what they find out is just because you're black and a Republican don't mean you can run up on somebody. We not all the Michael Steele. We not all the goober type that you saw on Key and Peele. We're not all like that. Some of us are black Republicans, but we still have our street wits about us and might slap the shit out of you if you run up on us wrong. I'm just saying. I know it's uncomfortable to hear, but this is the urban conservative. So I don't know what to tell you, but shouts out to him, bro. I'm not rocking the t-shirt. I got my Blacks for Trump t-shirt up there. I'm gonna stick with that one. But shouts out to the bro for keeping it all the way funky. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We're gonna be right back here on Top of the Morning. Woo, buddy. We got one last thing to cover. Y'all don't go nowhere. Spend a few more minutes with us here on Top of the Morning. We'll be right back.
Episode of Top of the Morning is brought to you by Edward Jones financial advisor Kelly Harmon, providing you with well-researched guidance backed by Edward Jones' extensive team and technology that help you prepare for retirement, children's education, or other financial goals. Call 252-473-1006 or visit the link on the screen.
All right, folks, y'all are back with me here on Top of the Morning on the Urban Conservative. Got to give a big shout out to the Granville GOP once again. Make sure you support their event going down with Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson. I will be out in Granville for that. Also, big ups to everybody. Shouts out to the Hot Sauce Festival. That's going down in Oxford this weekend. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not going to do a whole lot of hot sauce. Just for the record, my stomach ain't built like that. You can take my black card if you want to. I don't put hot sauce on nothing. I think sriracha might be the hottest I'm going to get here, bro. Maybe a couple of taps of red pepper flakes, but just these guts ain't built for the hotness. I ain't never been like that. So, last thing we're going to talk about this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Last thing we're going to get on this morning, and it has to do with illegal immigrants, right? Illegal aliens. 41 arrested at a New York City migrant hotel in the last 4 months. Since Eric Adams opened up the Roosevelt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan, thousands of border crossers and illegals, at least 41 have been arrested, mostly for domestic violence. And according to law enforcement officers who spoke to the New York Post, they're living rent-free at the Roosevelt Hotel, and 41 have been arrested. Most of the arrests, again, are around domestic violence. In the latest case, a 30-year-old male border crosser was arrested at the hotel for child endangerment after an incident with his 11-year-old daughter. Manhattan attorney Bragg, financially linked to George Soros, did not prosecute the male border crosser. Hold on. Y'all heard that right. He got time to deal with Trump. He got time to attack Trump, but you don't have time to protect an 11-year-old girl which is absolutely disgusting. Okay, this is absolutely disgusting. And then on top of that, we jump over to Springfield, Ohio. I got to show y'all this one. Take a look at this guy right here. This piece of work. Okay, so then you got this guy right here, who is another illegal. And what did this illegal guy do? These are residents in Springfield. They're sounding the alarm over illegal immigration in their community. An illegal alien accused of causing a school bus accident that left 11-year-old Aiden Clark dead on his first day of school. Hermanio Joseph, a 35-year-old illegal from Haiti. See, y'all think this has to do with just illegals from Mexico or South America. He's here illegally from Haiti and has formerly been charged with aggravated vehicular homicide in the death of Aiden Clark, who was on his way to his first day of school when a school bus was hit and overturned. According to the police, the young boy was killed after being ejected from the bus. Joseph's bail was increased to $150,000. He arrived at the United States-Mexico border in August of 22, was released in the U.S. Interior after being given a notice to appear. Last week, residents attended a council meeting to express their anger, disgust, sadness, and concerns to the elected officials. A number of residents expressed outrage over the arrival of thousands of Haitian illegal immigrants like Joseph into their community, even as Mayor Warren Copeland sought repeatedly to interrupt them. Okay? Now, here's the problem that you have, folks. You can no longer make the argument that what Donald Trump was saying about some of these illegals was racist, because it's true. They're not coming over here illegally to do good. They're not. You have people who will come to our country, who will go through the immigration process, who will assimilate, who will become American, who will learn English, who will get a social, a tax ID number, who will work and do things the right way and build a business and pay for their children to become educated and do everything the right way. But then you have this. And the blood of all of these innocent people is on the hands of Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and our current administration, ladies and gentlemen. That's who this young boy's blood is on. It's on those people for allowing these illegals to come into our country, for allowing these people to come and take advantage of our kindness, because we as Americans are the kindest, most generous people in the world. We take in more immigrants than any other country per capita in the world. We take in more Black, brown, and Asian immigrants than any other country in the world. So our thoughts, our prayers, our healing energy to the family of this young man who just lost his life because of an illegal POS like this, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a country to save. We've got work to do. We can't stop. We need your support here at the Urban Conservative if you haven't done so already. Jump on over to tuconservative.com. Support the platform on Cash App, $TU Conservatives. Help us continue to spread the conservative message, the benefits of conservative policies to urban communities across the country. We will see you guys live and direct right back here tomorrow morning for Top of the Morning here on the Urban Conservative. For my twin brother, Raheem Architect Soto, y'all have a fantastic, positive, and productive Tuesday. We'll catch y'all later. Peace and love.